All right. Welcome back to day 2 of the Multiple Streams to Multi-Millions workshop. Are you guys ready to rock day 2? Oh my gosh, you guys did such a great job yesterday. That's amazing feedback from you. But most importantly, I noticed that you guys did the homework. You are digging in. You are taking the time to start thinking about your business overall, your approach overall. I know for a lot of you, I'm getting the wheels turning for you and allowing you to have a different perspective potentially. So I'm really excited about that and being able to help you start thinking differently about your business, start thinking differently about multiple streams, but just even how that's going to impact your brand as a whole, right? Which is the name of the game. So I'm really excited to have you guys back. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Are you catching us live? Have you been following along with us? Are you binge watching? Let us know in the comments. Also, tag a friend. Friends don't challenge alone. So let them know that we're here and we are live, and we're going to be digging into expanding multiple streams today. And we're also going to talk about strategies for growth. So make sure you have pen and paper handy, you have a glass of water nearby, and that you stay here, stay focused, because if you don't take the time to work on your business right now, when are you? There's never a good time, but it's the most important thing you can do to work on your business and work on yourself than be in it all the time, because you can't make those big changes that you can make when you take the time to do this work. So I'm so proud that you're here. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know just one word to describe what you got from yesterday, whether that's clarity or maybe ideas, vision, just starting to be excited, hopeful, encouraged. What is a word to describe what you got from the first day with me? I would love to know that in the comments. Share that with me as we start digging into today. Oh, I love emojis and little avatars. Yes, bring it all on. It's just great. So we're going to go right back into chapter 3, expanding to multiple streams. I'll share the workbook here in a second. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that our signature program, the Millionaire Mindset Experience, it's a 6-month group coaching program. So as you're working through this material and you're sitting here going, oh my gosh, this is helping me. I'm starting to understand that it is mindset over mechanics, that I'm starting to understand that I have to have that brand clarity so my messaging can be on point, so I can attract my ideal avatar to me, being able to have a cohesive approach to my business online. You're starting to see that you need that and that's missing, then I'm going to encourage you to take a look at the Millionaire Mindset Experience, because it's open right now until Tuesday at midnight. And we have the tuition right now. We can't guarantee this investment level later, but right now the investment is $18.97 paid in full. Or you can do a 6-month payment plan, because it's a 6-month program, of $347 a month. And it is one of those programs where the intention is that you get in and start learning immediately so you can start earning, so you can develop your skill sets, but also become a very powerful magnet to what you really want. We have to teach you how to calibrate to a new level, to be able to reprogram your mindset. That isn't something you can just get by reading a book or watching a video, right? Like, it takes embodiment, integration. It takes somebody to be able to walk you through that process. So if you're somebody, and just put boss in the comments if you want more info on it. If you're somebody who you feel like you are doing the right things, put me in the comments. If you feel like you are doing what you're learning, like you are posting on social media, you are consistent, you are putting content out there, you're trying to offer value. You're just like, I am, Kimberly, I'm trying to do all the things that I see you teaching and others teaching, yet you're still not having success. Or you start to get some traction and then life happens and you get overwhelmed and you find yourself backpedaling, you find yourself slowing down, you find yourself getting stuck in that procrastination and overwhelm mode. Or you're somebody that you can do this, like you're watching me, you're watching other people have success and you're thinking, why not me? Like, that question is there and you believe in yourself. You're like, why not me? Why can't I do this? Yet you're still not doing it. You're like, why am I not doing it? It's like driving you crazy. It's causing all this frustration, this mental angst. Those are key signs that this program is a perfect fit for you. So not only if you're somebody who wants to build a brand and monetize and get systems in place and all the things that I teach, but something's missing, something's holding you back. That's the work we're going to do in this program together, is to figure out what's going on so you can get out of your own way and have that success that you want. So put boss in the comments. Our team will drop the link for that. Enrollment is open till Tuesday at midnight. Then we're closing the doors. It's a 6-month program. You'll have lifetime access. And as a bonus, you'll also get the virtual experience of a 2-day in-person conference we did with 40 speakers, and it's 14 hours of content plus some additional resources as a bonus. So there you go. That's what you have for that. I'd love to see you guys inside that program and work with you as well. So let's jump into today's content. And what we're going to be talking about for chapter 3 is expanding to multiple streams. So the first thing I want to do is I want you to get out pen and paper if you don't have the workbook, because we are going to fill in some of the content here. I just put some random electrolyte in my water. And okay, it's got a little pump, a little zest to it. Okay, multiple streams. So in 2019, the coaching market was estimated to be worth $15 billion. So you can fill that in the first blank there, or just put that in your notes. 2019 coaching market, before the pandemic, it was estimated to be worth $15 billion. If you said this industry, how much is it worth? By 2025, so right around the corner, coaching and digital learning. So not just coaching, but people taking courses, people buying digital products. That is expected to be valued at $325 billion. I've actually seen a little bit higher numbers than that, but it's ballpark somewhere around the $350 billion. What is that? That's more than a 10x growth. Is that a 20x? Yeah, that's over a 20x growth, you guys. Put a $ in the comments if you would like to be a part of that number, okay? If you're like, I want to get on that trade, okay? Think about it. When you were choosing college careers, right? What are you going to go to college for? Your parents, your guidance counselor, they were looking at good fields to get into, correct? It's the same thing here. This is an excellent field to get into. Coaching, course creation, digital products, anything online, okay, even affiliate marketing, network marketing. This is huge. No matter what industry you are in, learning how to build an audience online is crucial to attracting, so you can fill in the next blank there, attracting high quality prospects to you. Posting and praying is not working anymore. And also, it's not enough just to use ChatGPT to have it tell you 3 tips to help somebody with weight loss. Like, the stakes are higher because the amount of content that is out there has went crazy since the last few years. The amount of content creators out there, so many more. There's so many more people using social media for their businesses. So it's more competitive. Your stuff needs to stand out. You need to learn how to offer high value, not just regurgitated stuff that you see out there. Okay. So learning how to create high value content that gets people raising their hand, engaging your audience, and being able to control, knowing predictably that you can get leads from social media and close sales in the DMs. Okay. I'm big on that. No matter what you're selling, if you want to book a call with people, great. That's awesome. You can do that, especially if you have a higher ticket offer. But for most of you, you don't need to do that. You need to learn how to do that right through Messenger or through email marketing. It's not enough to have content for a course, so that's a blank there, fill the blank in. It's not enough to have content for a course or have the desire to be a coach. You need to learn how to build an online presence so your audience is ready for and wants what you have. So you can use that interchangeably: course, a coach. Maybe you want to be, so you want to have a social media agency. Maybe you want to be a Facebook ads manager. You can take the word coach interchangeably with anything that you want to do. You have to learn how to build an audience. And this is the mistake I see with the majority of programs out there, because I've looked at them, I researched them, I study the market. And the majority of the programs out there, they teach you how to do the thing. So they teach you how to become, how to be a coach, right? How to work with people. They teach you how to do good Facebook ad management, right? Come take this course or program and learn how to be a Facebook ads manager. But the thing is, they don't teach you specifically how to get clients. They don't teach you how to do that through social media. So yeah, you've spent all this money put me in the comments if you can resonate with this. And it's not bad. There's skills that you gain from that. The missing piece though is the execution. It's actually learning how to get the clients. So that's what is missing for a lot of you. So it's not you, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have to learn basic marketing and sales skills. Powerful selling strategies. So the next blank is selling. Powerful selling strategies and building your loyal community will be your secret weapon for success. And this is important for people to understand. If you want to make money, you have to learn how to sell. The way that I teach how to sell is energetic. Okay, so it's an exchange of value, it's posture, it's your belief and conviction in what you have. I'm proposing that you spend $2,000 with me to come work with me for 6 months. I don't bat an eye when I say that amount, because I know the value in there is a million times that. Okay, we had someone just go through our program, and she came in. She actually didn't know me at all. She'd never worked with me, and she did an event like this, signed up, and she just closed $35,000 in business. And she is somebody who had a huge drought. She'd got stuck in her mind, kind of like what Heidi was talking about yesterday. She was stuck in her head, worrying about what people thought. She wasn't showing up powerfully with like the true essence of who she really is. And so when we started working on it, I figured it out right away. I was like, it's mindset. It's all mindset for you. You have amazing stuff to offer. And she was like, oh yeah, she just needed somebody else to tell her that. She's the one that went out there and she implemented, okay? She's the one that implemented and closed the business. $35,000 in one month she closed. Why? Because she was able to have that conviction. So I know if I say, oh yeah, that it's, $18.97 for 6 months, I know for a fact that if you do the work and implement what you're learning, you will get that back tenfold. Can I make any income claims? No, that's actually not allowed. Can I make any guarantees? No, I can't, because I don't know if you're going to show up. Okay, we do everything we can to set you up to show up. We have the accountability in place. We have systems for all of that. And you still have to show up and do the work. But do you notice how I don't bat an eye? I have so much conviction in it. And I've seen what it's done for my own self, and I've seen what it's done for others. That's what selling is having conviction. It's an exchange of value. This is what I have to offer. You decide if it's worth it to you, and then we have a sale. Wouldn't it feel good though to have that confidence in yourself to be able to make sales online? Put me in the comments if you could just wave a magic wand and get one skill set down and just really tackle it. Would it be sales and making sales and it feeling effortless and it feeling good? Put me in the comments if that's you. I would love to know. Put that in the comments. So as we go through this material together, you're going to see how important that is. But we're really getting into that ideation phase right now. So first, and I told you guys, I told you this isn't just going to be about, multiple streams and ideas for things that you can make money with. We're also going to talk about a comprehensive approach to that. The number one thing I hear from you guys with multiple streams is you feel overwhelmed by that. You're just like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine having other things. Kimberly, every day, Kimberly, I don't know how you do it. And sometimes I'm like, I don't either. And I have a team behind me. We have tools in place. We have automation. All the emails that you receive promoting this workshop, a lot of the conversations, a lot of the links sent to you, a lot of the promotion behind it, I didn't have my hand in. So does that mean I'm going around telling everybody about every single thing Goal Digger has? No, we just had somebody buy our Instagram course yesterday. We weren't publicly promoting it right now. She randomly bought our Instagram course, and I went and looked, and she had found an old link from something somewhere, maybe a YouTube video. Never bought anything from us ever. So that's automation. How awesome is that? That she watched a video from, say, 3 months ago. She's like, oh, I want to get this course. And she clicked through and bought the course. That's epic. That's what you want. So all of this can be done, the multiple streams, when you get systems in place, when you get organized, and when you learn about automation and outsourcing. So we've put together some resources for you. So this is definitely something to print off or save onto your computer. Automation and outsourcing, tools and tips to manage multiple streams efficiently. So the automation tools we recommend considering are email marketing automation. So you're going to need one, okay, email marketing automation. I've used many of them. We just listed a few here. We like to recommend Aweber for the beginner. Aweber actually is an email marketing service so that you can do landing pages and stuff like that in there. We do have free templates and resources in a lot of our programs. So if you've done our trainings before, you probably see me teaching on Aweber. We love it because it's beginner friendly and the investment is really low. So Aweber is actually designed for email marketing. So that's a great beginner one. More advanced, and the one that we use as a company, is ConvertKit. I can just do more things than Aweber can. I will tell you that we are in the process of migrating over to Go High Level, and Go High Level can be an all-in-one. So if you want just an all-in-one and you don't want to have an email thing here and all that, you can do it inside of Go High Level. ActiveCampaign is similar to ConvertKit. I have friends in the industry that use it and love it, so it's very similar, but again, higher investment level. And then I actually used GetResponse before we got too big for what it could handle, and I loved it. I thought it was super user-friendly. However, I would say between GetResponse and Aweber, I would choose Aweber because the landing pages and whatnot, I feel like, are more robust as well. So it could kind of be almost an all-in-one for you. Now for social media scheduling, Social Planner is also a tool inside of Go High Level. We'll drop our affiliate link for that. Social media management platform, so you can actually schedule on multiple platforms right through Social Planner, and you can plan out far out. You can have it, I think you can have it reoccur, can't you, where it reposts that for you, which can be great for Facebook group content, business pages. Those are great places to repurpose and repost. LinkedIn. So Social Planner can allow you to create some of that repeat content. You can look at analytics and whatnot. Hootsuite and Buffer, and even later, they've been around for a long time. So they were designed, one of the kind of the OG scheduling tools out there. So you can look at those as well. And they're designed to allow you to log in and see all of your platforms in one space. And so you can see all the DMs, notifications, you can look at all of it. It's a little, my brain, I'm already ADD, so it's just that, but some people love that. So you could check that out as well. And I've heard good things about later as well. Oh, I'd love to know in the comments, don't poach anybody or spam our community here, but if there's any that you use and love or can edify anything that I recommend, please do in the comments. But if there's, like, for example, there's a bunch on here we don't have. We just wanted to give you a few so you didn't have too many choices. But Storito, that's something you can use to schedule your stories, for example. So if there's anything else you love, feel free to put that in the comments. For content management, CoSchedule is a way to organize and automate your content marketing. So it has a calendar, and you can kind of see everything there. I mean, I know it's a bit manual, but I do love Trello, and we do teach off of Trello a lot because it's free and the visual is there, and we have the capability to plan out. We can't schedule to automatically post, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be nice energetically to actually hit that button and post something right in the moment. So Trello is great. I just love Trello. Asana actually has a similar feel to Trello now, or maybe I just didn't know it with their projects. You can set it up for it to look like a Trello board. So you could do that as well. And then Monday, I haven't used Monday, but I have had clients use Monday and they love it. Customer relation management. Most of you don't need this just yet, I would say, to this level. You could use something simple like Trello. And I don't know if it was in this Facebook group. I think it was in Fempreneurs. I did do a training on how to use Trello for your lead management and prospect management. So you can do something simple like that. But if you're getting to the point where you're like, I've got a lot of leads, I want to move people through a funnel or a pipeline, as they call them, Go High Level is epic. So if you are going to move to Go High Level, just do everything in Go High Level, and you can actually manage your leads there. We used HubSpot for about a year, and we actually phased out of that and moved over to Go High Level for that purpose. HubSpot was pricey, but it definitely was robust. I've heard awesome things about Salesforce and Pipedrive as well. And then for financial management, we recommend QuickBooks. Tori is our finance manager, and she knows a lot about different ones out there. So if you are, I don't have like a hard rule for you, but if you feel like you have a lot of accounting happening, a lot of transactions happening, maybe multiple businesses happening, QuickBooks is absolutely a no-brainer. And I wouldn't necessarily do it yourself. I would definitely look at hiring someone to do that. Amy, that you heard the interview from yesterday, Amy Sedatal, she actually does bookkeeping for small businesses. So you can definitely reach out to Amy or reach out to our team. We can connect you with her. So hiring that out is worth the investment. So QuickBooks, FreshBooks, is it $0? And then Wave is also, Tori recommends Wave for those that are more beginner and maybe don't want to spend as much as something like QuickBooks. So Wave is a good beginner-friendly way to manage your books. But you do want to do that. You don't want to wait till tax time and do that. You absolutely do not want to do that. That's like the worst thing that you could do. So pick one of those and get organized. You guys can see this. A lot of this is about organization. So there's two ways you can go about this, okay? You can either hear what I'm saying. Oh, it's on the old page. Thank you. Thank you, Megan. This is what happens when I'm looking on my screen here. Okay. All right. So you can either look at this and go, oh my, that's a lot. Or you can say, wow, I've got some work to do and I can see how it's going to be worth it for me to get organized. I can see how it's going to be worth it for me to outsource. I can see how it's going to be worth it for me to slow down, to speed up. If you want to be able to have multiple streams and you really want to have like a business, you want to be a CEO of your own company, even if you're a solopreneur, you're going to need some tools. Otherwise, you're going to burn out. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to continue to do the stop, go, and you will not successfully add in multiple streams because something's got to give. Something will break. You will just be like, I can't do this. So if you've gotten into that, I can't do this, or you've quit things. I know people who've burned it down and they just burned their business down, close everything down. I know a girl, she was doing Multimillions. She's a big YouTuber and she just shut it all down. She let everybody go, shut down her business, just couldn't handle it. Okay. Those kind of things happen because if we don't have, and I don't know her whole story, obviously, but I've seen it happen where people just, walk away from something. I just can't. You never want to quit on a bad day. Never quit on a bad day. Okay. That's not when you're making a good decision. So before we even get to that point of the bursting point, the burnout point, we can avoid all of that with these kind of tools. So since my screen wasn't on, I'll whip through these again really quick. So content management, you guys can see those up there: Co-Scheduler, Trello, Asana, and Monday. Customer relation management, Go High Level, HubSpot, Salesforce, and Pipedrive. And then financial management, QuickBooks, FreshBooks, Xero, and Wave. Okay, so just kind of look at those. What I want you guys to do is, I'll go back to this slide right here. I want you guys to jot down or circle. If you printed it off, that's easier. But if you have your notes out, which ones jump out at you? For email marketing, you might say, you know what, I just want something really simple. I'm just going to do Aweber. Social media scheduling, do you need to schedule some stuff? Maybe you don't need to do that right now. Maybe you just need to plan it out on Trello. Okay. Content management, maybe Trello. Customer relations, maybe you just use a prospecting tracker on Trello that I taught you, or maybe you're ready for something like Go High Level and putting your leads in there. And we'll have more trainings on Go High Level and all of that later on. Actually, we have some plans for that. So hang tight with us. And then financial management, who here knows that you've been waiting until tax time and it's causing unnecessary stress? Okay. I used to be the girl who would wait until tax time and I would spend 3 days going through Google Sheets and importing my bank things. And it was a hot mess. Anxiety, stress. I missed a bunch of things. And one year I got audited and it was the worst experience of my entire life. I can't even tell you. I was so obnoxious and kept sending them more proof and documentation. After a while, they were like, okay, you're fine. You don't owe us anything. It was before I really launched Gold Digger. But I learned my lesson. Okay. That's not something to mess with, you guys. So outsource it if you're not going to do it. This is what Tori always says is if you're spending time doing things you don't enjoy or stressing you out, that's going to pull away from the things you do enjoy. So my job is to coach, create content, and cast the vision. That's my job. See, I'm coaching you guys right now through this. I am lit up. Can you not tell? I love this. I could do this all day long if my voice would let me. I love creating content. I had extra time this morning. I was like, ooh, I wonder if I could whip out a mini course right now. And I was like, okay, sister, like simmer down. Ended up doing some tapping instead. But I love creating content, casting the vision. I think I came up with like 3 ideas this morning on things we're going to do for Q4. That's what lights me up. Those are my God-given talents. That's why God has me here. And that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what he wants. If I'm sitting here balancing spreadsheets and doing things that I don't love, it takes away from the things that I enjoy, and I'm not making that impact. So it's possible part of the reason why you're not feeling lit up or fulfilled or overwhelmed or stressed out is because you're spending time on things telling yourself you can't afford it. That's BS. We make time for what's important financially. I've had people tell me, oh yeah, I can't, oh, I'd love to do your program, but man, we just spent like 15K on window treatments. I'm like, great. Like, go spend the money on the window treatments. That's your choice. It's your choice what you're spending money on. And then if you don't have the money, you've got to learn how to make the money, right? It's a catch-22, but it's reality. Okay, let's see. E-commerce. All right, e-commerce automation, Shopify. So these are tools that you can use to sell things. Shopify, we actually use Shopify for our swag shop. So we've had great results with Shopify. WooCommerce is a plugin you can use with WordPress. I have sold things through WooCommerce. It's hard to say it. Way back in the day, and I loved it. And it was really seamless. BigCommerce, I'm not familiar with. Sounds like it's for has some built-in automation features. And then Zapier is actually something that can connect all the things. So we use Zapier a lot. We'll mention it again. With something like Go High Level and All-in-One, it's all happening inside, so you don't need those apps. But think of Zapier as something that's going to connect different platforms. So if you log into Aweber, and then you also log into, say, ClickFunnels, Zapier can make them talk and integrate together. It's really cool. So it's necessary if you have multiple platforms. And then marketing automation, this is some stuff you can do for doing some automation with your marketing. So email campaigns, lead magnets, things like that. So Marketo, Peridot, Autopilot, and Drip. I don't use any of these, but I've also heard some really good things with them. And then task automation, like I told you about Zapier. If this, then that happens, I think it is, IFTTT is awesome. So what you could do is tell it, if I post on Instagram, go ahead and post that same thing on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, right? So you're basically saying, if I do this, then this happens, but it has grown so much over the years of what it can do. It's wild. So if you're somebody who's really busy and you just want some of that repurposing happening in the background, you got to check that one out, and it's not expensive. So that's a personal favorite. Automate.io and Microsoft Power Automate. So here are tools and tips to manage multiple streams efficiently. So outsourcing, let's talk about some different things you can do to outsource. How many of you have outsourced work before? So you have a contractor or a virtual assistant, or maybe a small team or a big team. Let me know in the comments. So first one is freelancing websites. I've used Upwork forever. I think I told you guys that yesterday. Great website. So it's an awesome place. You can have any task outsourced, anything. Okay. I can't even tell you the amount of things we've had outsourced over the years. It's wild. Okay. Anything you can think of, you can have it outsourced. So Upwork, I would say between Upwork and Fiverr, Upwork is a premium site, meaning it's higher quality candidates. And it's just the way it's set up. It's definitely more of like work for hire. Where Fiverr, it was kind of a competitor of that, but the idea was that you could hire something out for $5. Most of them will say, they're on Fiverr, but they're starting at $20. You know what I mean? But it's still really cheap. I actually really like to look at Fiverr first, just for, if I need a one-off project done. For one-off projects, I think Fiverr is better. And then if you're looking for a long-term contract, I would definitely consider Upwork. And then Freelancer and People Per Hour are other ones as well. And then there are some virtual assistant ones. So Time ETC is a virtual assistant service for admin tasks, content creation, and more. Belay, they also have VAs for similar things. Fancy Hands, that's a really funny brand name. I like it. On-demand VAs, so that's nice. They're on demand. Another thing that I've noticed that you don't want to hire, you don't want that commitment, right? So you're like, I just don't want to have to commit to that consistent expense. So some of these are just on demand when you need a project done. And I also recommend, until you get in a groove, I do recommend hiring for the project and agreeing on the terms of the project before having them work for you. Because if you just say, 20 hours a week, they're just going to fill that time up. But if you say, I will pay you this for this many pieces of social media content, it's by project, that is always a better exchange of value, in my opinion. Zirtual is also a dedicated virtual assistant website where you can find some great resources. You can outsource content creation with these websites: Scripted, Text Broker, Writer Access, and Cantina. I don't know how to say that one. So these are awesome because you can find people who can write content, create content. So if that's something that you just find yourself not doing, okay, that's another thing. You don't enjoy it. It takes your energy away, or you're just not doing it. So what is the alternative to that? You either don't do it and don't get your business out there and don't get leads and make money, or you spend the money to hire it out and have it done and get leads and get business. So you have to decide, okay? Graphic design, if that's not your thing, 99 Designs, it's been around for a really long time, has a good reputation. You have everything from logos to websites to branding projects. Design Crowd, Floxy, and Design Pickle are some other ones. Web development. So if you want stuff done with a website, for most of you, I actually don't recommend a website. I would rather see you get some good landing pages out there, some lead magnets, your sales page. Typically, you want to take people to one place. That's why it's called a landing page. It's the page they land on, versus a website where you're like, here's everything about me, and they're just like getting lost and then they leave, right? The bounce rate is really high for websites, especially nowadays, because people just typically don't go to a website unless they're doing some research on someone to make maybe a big investment. So once you get into your business is established, you have revenue coming in, you're more in that higher ticket, or you have, I would say 5 figures a month coming in, then I would look at the website. But if you want one, you're just like, I just want a website. I want that professional thing out there and done. Absolutely. Okay. So there's some different websites there, website developers there for you. And a website isn't just one and done, right? A website development is something that you will need to have maintained as well and updated as well as you grow or change things. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So for the balancing act, the thing you want to think about with multiple streams for juggling multiple ventures is to be able to get really organized. And this is, again, the part that we talked about, it's tricky because getting organized doesn't come natural for most entrepreneurs. Our brains are very creative. I haven't seen like brain charts of it, but I suspect the activity is very different with entrepreneurs versus somebody who isn't an entrepreneur. Our brains are very creative and just there's a lot going on there, right? So to want to organize something that kind of goes against that natural feeling. And I will tell you, I'm now very organized. I wasn't naturally, and it's the discipline to be organized is something I really value, and it's changed my life. I have a book I wrote because it changed my life so much called Why Balance is BS. You can find it on Amazon, and it's all about this because I thought, oh my gosh, other people need to understand that they can do this. They can wear the mom hat. They can have the business. They can exercise. They can take care of themselves. They can do all the things. You can have it all, okay? There are seasons. There are times when other areas of your life need your attention, and sometimes your business needs your attention. So understanding that is really important. And in order for you to have multiple streams, you have to be able to balance multiple ventures. Okay, it's not linear. Things are very dynamic when you have multiple streams. Being able to switch hats, move into different focal points depending on what's going on is important. So the first thing you want to do is you want to prioritize your tasks. Okay, so I'm going to teach this to you. We teach this in one of our certifications we have, that our high performance coach certification. We teach this in there because we do a lot with peak productivity and things like that. And I've done a lot of research on this and implemented this into my life and our programs. So it's called the Eisenhower Matrix. So if you've seen the matrix, think of got the sections there. So there's 4 quadrants. So there is urgent and important. So urgent and important are tasks that need your immediate attention, and they're urgent. So let's say you are about to promote something, you're about to go live, and you realize you don't have the link. Your VA needs the link to share it, okay? And you're about to go live and they're going to be in the comments sharing the link. That's urgent and important. You need to get that link to the VA. That's a task that has to be handled. So it's not something that you can delay, and it's important. The next quadrant is important but not urgent. So put a little star by this one, or if you're writing these down. The important but not urgent, these are crucial for long-term success. They have to be scheduled. And I will tell you, these are the things that people put off. These are the things that people tend to procrastinate on. So if you find yourself self-sabotaging, procrastinating, you know what you're supposed to do and you're not doing it, that's this right here. It's important, but it's not urgent. There's nobody there telling you to do it. That's what's really interesting about being an entrepreneur is there's nobody at the door telling you to go do the thing. It's up to you. And for some of you, that's the first time ever. You've always had a boss. You've always had other people you report to or people around you knowing what you're doing. This is different. So important, but not urgent. These are the things that are going to move the needle. These are the things that are going to change your life and change your business. And these are the things that tend to get pushed to the wayside, especially if you're not clear on why you're doing what you're doing, you're not organized, and you haven't worked on your mindset. Okay, but they're so essential. And then urgent, but not important. So these are tasks that require immediate attention, but can be delegated. This is where you're spending your time. When you should be spending your time in important but not urgent, this is where you are spending your time in urgent but not important. So you're just like, oh my gosh, I need to go and edit that workbook. Oh my gosh, I got to go edit the workbook. Somebody else can edit the workbook. What you need to do is go live and tell people why they want the workbook. Okay. Or maybe you're, designing things in Canva for something you're going to do next year. And you're like, oh, this is very important that I design this whole, all these graphics for this imaginary course that I haven't done yet, but I need to make the graphics. That kind of stuff is procrastination and self-sabotage because you're spending time on things that are not going to move the needle. And you are convincing yourself that that they need to be done. They're urgent. Of course I have to do these. No, you don't. No, you don't. Somebody else can do those. If you delegated that quadrant, urgent but not important, if you delegated that quadrant and you focused on the other quadrant of important but not urgent, can't make any guarantees, but I can almost guarantee your financial situation could change overnight. Now that is a powerful statement, but I know you believe me. I know in your gut, you're like, oh, it's like she knows me. I know you. I know you. That's what's going on. Let's change that. Okay. And then the final quadrant is not urgent, not important. Okay. So these ones, actually, we're not even going to delegate these. What we're actually going to do with these ones is our objective here is to minimize them or eliminate them. So we're just going to look and say, okay, this isn't urgent. It's not important. We're going to ask the question, does this even need to stay on the list? Okay. So as a company, we do something called Start, Stop, Keep. And so once a quarter, we go through this and we're like, we always come up with things where we're like, no, we're done. We're going to release that. Some of you are doing things just because you've been doing them for so long. Like you have your DMO, your daily activity tracker from 2020, and you're still doing all the things, sending the birthday messages. Maybe you don't need to send the birthday messages anymore. Maybe you have enough business, enough leads, enough people that are in your pipeline that doesn't make sense anymore. Okay, so not urgent and not important is an opportunity for you to assess and ask yourself, does this even stay on the list? Okay, creating a master schedule. So first thing we're going to do, step one, we're going to prioritize our tasks. Step two, we're going to create a master schedule. So there's obviously all kinds of tools out there. I personally use Google Calendar because of the repeat feature. I can put things on repeat. I can color code them. You can even take emails and turn them into tasks on your calendar. So it is a cool way just to kind of get it all together. And I know there's other tools out there that people love. So if there's something else that you love, awesome. Okay. And with Google Calendar or any tool here, what we're doing is we're putting together a master schedule. So I know every single week I have meetings on Monday with my team, and some of them, certain people are on, some of them are one-on-one. I know that every Monday we have that. I know that every Tuesday and every Thursday, I'm typically coaching in a lot of our programs that we have. I know every Friday I'm creating content for our courses, or creating courses, recording courses for our programs. And Wednesdays is kind of a flex day for me. So that's my master schedule. I know that I always go and work out on these days. For me now, we have softball assessments on Saturday, so I soon will be loading in the entire fall schedule, which is can't wait. So that's going to be part of the master schedule. So I'll know practices, games, all of that. So a master schedule would also be where you do your time blocking. So what we would do is, for you, it might be Monday morning, you have an hour block where you batch record your content, your reels, any other things that you need to record. You create it, you record it, and then maybe you develop some of it. Okay, that would go on the master schedule every Monday morning. So when you go to the prioritize your tasks, what you'll see is that important but not urgent need to go on the master. They need to go on to the master list there. Okay. Okay, guys, no DMing and all of that. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, let's just move on with that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so with your master schedule, important but not urgent. What are the things on there that are important but not urgent? We want to put those on the master schedule. So content is a big part of that. Connecting, getting new friends on your friends list, going in Facebook groups and finding people there. I actually have an affiliate that she was so excited because someone came in, paid in full for the biggest affiliate package for the affiliate thing, and paid in full for the biggest package, sent her a DM and said, hey, I signed up. She never talked to her, but this affiliate has been posting in Facebook groups, letting people know about this awesome opportunity, connecting with people in there, and she had an awesome sale come from it. So are you planting seeds? That needs to be part of the master schedule. Is that making sense, you guys? It's almost the things that you aren't scheduling are the exact things you need to schedule and that you need to do. Now we're going to batch similar tasks. So I did do a whole training on how to actually, Abby, do you mind dropping the link in the comments? So don't go and watch this, you guys, right now, but just so you have it, you can save it. But I did do a full training, actually. It was really robust. It was all about batch recording and then also repurposing. So this is talking about, number 3 is talking about batching similar tasks, and that training will support you with this because I know a lot of you need to work on content production, but you want to batch similar tasks. So instead of being in Messenger all day long, you might do a 15-minute block in the morning and then check it and maybe quick at lunch and then one more time before you go to bed. Instead of letting your phone, all my notifications are turned off on my phone except for Slack, because my team has questions throughout the day. So if I'm not available or seeing them, then they can't do what they need to do. Other than that, I have all my notifications turned off. So if that's probably why sometimes I don't get back to you right away, because I'm not in Messenger all day. I don't check emails all day. I have zero interest in doing that. So we're going to batch those similar tasks. I'll sit down and handle all my emails at once. I go into Messenger once, maybe twice a day, and I just knock everything out that way. Okay. Number 4, you're going to set clear boundaries. This is a big one for some of you, especially if you're a yellow personality. You struggle with boundaries, hurting people's feelings. You want to be yes to everybody, the friendly person. Oh my gosh, she's so nice. She just drops everything for me. Oh my gosh, she got on a call with me and it's Sunday. Like, no. Okay, set clear boundaries. People will treat you how you let them, including spouses and your children and whoever. People will treat you how you let them. I'm not going to buy into, well, you don't understand. You're letting them, okay? So with the clear boundaries with your multiple ventures, you have to set clear boundaries with others and with work and personal time. So if you're working all the time, then you're going to get burnout from work. If you aren't, your family doesn't understand that when you're on your phone, they think you're scrolling on TikTok watching cat videos. They need to understand you have to have that conversation. No, you're actually working. I know it doesn't look like it, but you're working. And I have this conversation with my children because we do travel a lot, and it's a wonderful blessing to be able to work and travel and do all the things. It's now to the point where I travel so much that it doesn't really feel like vacation. It just kind of feels like my life now. And so I explain to them when I'm on my phone, oh, I'm working on something right now. I'll be done, in a minute, and then can come play with you. And that's important because my girls are understanding boundaries, and I'm not somebody who's just on my phone to be on my phone. It just doesn't work for me. If I'm on there, I'm doing something, I'm off. Okay. So you have to have those boundaries with your family, with yourself, so that way you can have that work-life balance. Number 5 is leverage technology and automation. So you want to take advantage of technology and automation, like we've talked about, using tools such as Zapier and some of these other ones. And you want to delegate and outsource. Okay. You don't have to do everything yourself. You want to understand and identify what can you outsource. We've talked a lot about that, but I really want to encourage you guys to look at that. Okay. We also have virtual assistants in our community. So again, if someone's looking for a VA, you can even say in the comments, hey, I'm looking for a VA. You guys are feel free to reach out to those people. That's fine, but don't go around like, you know what I'm saying. Just be respectful of this community. Okay, number 7, use the Pomodoro technique. So this is a time management method that involves working in focused intervals, typically 25 minutes with a short break. And then every couple of hours, you'll take a longer break. Okay, that's the idea behind it. You have, let's say, 25 minutes, 5-minute break, 25 minutes, 5-minute break. That's an hour. Do that again. That's 2 hours total. Then you would take a longer break. So 30-minute to a 60. And if you did that, and we've actually had students where they'll do timers. So they'll put a timer on their phone. I often do not disturb when I'm working on something specific where I have to like really focus. If I'm writing copy for a sales page or recording, I put my phone on do not disturb. That has changed my life. But putting a timer on will help you guys. So if you're like, I'm squirreling, put the timer on. Everything else is all the tabs. By the way, please shut down your tabs. Okay. You guys have way too many tabs up. Just saying. Okay. If your mind is like, oh, you've got to make it easy for your mind to process information. So we're going to work in short bursts there. Number 8 is regularly review and adjust. Time management is a work in progress. What's working, what isn't. Once a quarter, do that start, stop, keep like we do. Strip back your master calendar and ask yourself, what is this working for you? Okay. So I love doing hot yoga, and it actually means that my husband's handling all the girls' softball stuff for one evening a week. And I had that conversation with him. I really want to do this. This is when it would be, is that okay with you? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Because he's smart. He knows happy wife, happy life. And so I was able to audit, kind of look at our calendar and say, I'm not finding a good time during the day. I want to do it this time. So what's working for you? Ebbs and flows. Are you trying to work really late at night and you've got zero energy left? You're just tapped out? Then let's get you working on your business first thing in the morning and getting to bed earlier. Number 9 is stay organized. This space, or all the things popping up on your phone, all of the tabs, the apps, all of the things impact your productivity and your sense of calm and all the things. Clean your desk. Clean your house. If your house is trashed, how do you expect to be productive if your house is trashed? Take the time to clean it. Hire somebody. There's people who will come in and help you work through all the stuff in your home, okay? And number 10 is practice self-care, okay? Practice self-care. You've heard it before. It is very, very true that there's a link between enough sleep and clarity, being able to focus throughout the day, exercise, all the things. With my nutrition background, I could go on and on about that. So I won't, but you guys know you need to take care of yourself, okay? So can you do this? Yes, you can do this. And it's going to take you prioritizing here and being able to get organized and getting disciplined. Being disciplined is not a bad word. Being disciplined will absolutely set you free. It really will. All right, let's do a little work here. So, excuse me. Now what I'm going to have you do, balancing multiple ventures and prioritizing your tasks. So you're going to list your key tasks, is what you're going to do. What are the key tasks that you need to do for each venture? Okay. So right now your ventures might be your network marketing business. Venture 2 might be you want to get that course out. You want to sell a course. Did you guys know you can sell courses passively? You make the course, maybe do a webinar that sells into the course. You can put it on Evergreen. You can run traffic to it even, and it makes sales while you're sleeping. So maybe that you're like, I want that. So venture 1, what's venture 2? List up to 5 ventures, okay? hopefully from yesterday's work, you have an idea of what you want to go after. So you might need to pull up your notes. Let's check something real quick. Okay. Okay, so for your key tasks, what are some of those ventures? What are those some of the things that you want to go after? Okay. Now what you're going to do is you are going to look at those key tasks, look at the ventures, okay? And the key tasks for the ventures, we're going to be thinking about what are some of the things that you need to do to be able to go after those key tasks. So we're actually going to give somewhat of a plan in place for what we want to pursue, which is super cool, okay? So we're going to categorize the tasks: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, not urgent and not important. So what you can do is you can say venture one, let's say affiliate marketing. Okay, that's your first venture. You want to really get good at affiliate marketing. You want to get it out there. So you say key task for venture one, affiliate marketing. You can just write it right here. And you say content creation. That's a key task, is developing a content creation strategy. Okay. And then you can look at categorize the task. Is that urgent and important? It's not urgent. We wish it was urgent, but it's not urgent. Is it important but not urgent? Do you guys remember that category? It is. It's important but not urgent. So it goes there. So venture one, affiliate marketing, develop a content strategy, is important but not urgent. It goes there. You guys see how this works? So it is kind of a heart-to-heart come to Jesus of like, it's a really honest approach to this. I'm really holding you accountable through this process. So what do you got to do to make the magic happen? Okay. Then you're going to look at some of these areas we've talked about today. Leveraging technology and automation. What are 3 tasks that you would like to automate? So maybe right now you've developed a free recipe book, and when people are asking for it, you've been sending it over to them in Messenger one by one, where you just give them a drive link of the PDF. You're not capturing leads from it. It's not automated. So task 1 would be to automate your recipe book, automate the lead gen on that, lead magnet, develop a solid lead magnet with the recipe book. Okay. So what are some things that you can leverage technology and automation? Maybe task 2 is you do want to find a tool or a way to create your content, get it all organized and plan it out. So content planning is task number 2. So now we're starting just to get a short list here. We're not putting a million things down, but we need to start thinking about what needs to actually happen for us to actually get results. Then we are going to delegate and outsource. You know, I love it. I'm going to make you do it right now. Okay, just kidding. You don't have to go hire anybody today, but we need to start thinking about what that would be. Often I'll hear people say, Kimberly, I would love to delegate and get a VA, but I don't know what to tell them to do, right? Yeah. Yeah. So urgent would be, Megan, urgent would be an email. An email pops up and it feels really urgent. That's urgent, like a notification. Someone comments on something that feels urgent. Yeah. So it should be urgent. Absolutely. But it's not urgent. Like you don't have to do it right now. It's not in your face. It's not coming at you. And if you are like, no, it is urgent, it is important, then put it in that category. But urgent and important feels very much like I got to do it right now. It's almost like addicting. So when you hear that ping, 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 right? It feels urgent and important. Okay. It's that. There's a documentary, The Social Dilemma. That's a really good one to watch. And I love social media. I'm all about it. And it's not necessarily saying social media is bad. They're just kind of explaining the way that all the apps and all the things are designed. So that way we get kind of addicted to it, but also that reaction. Okay. I'm a little confused on that, Allison. So we'll just roll with it. Okay. So, yeah. So you can choose. So what you can do is you can do it for each one. So think of it this way. Get out your pen and paper, and I want you to get messy with it and just use this as like your framework. So if you wrote this out, so let's say, list your ventures out for me, Megan, so I can get an idea here, okay? So what you can do is you can say, okay, venture one, affiliate marketing. What I need to do is my key task for affiliate marketing is the content strategy. Then what you can do is put the content strategy categorize it. Is it important? Not urgent, right? Then out of all the ventures, all the things, what are some tasks that you could leverage technology and automation? So it's all of them. Yeah. Because think about it, one of your ventures, you might already be doing it. It's network marketing, it's up and running, you have a team, your company does a lot of the stuff. Maybe you have a VA already. It's already up and running. Some of the stuff you're doing is already up and running. But there's things that you could implement technology, right? You're like, ManyChat. How many of you want to get into ManyChat, right? Okay, so we can absolutely think about different areas of the ventures, and some of them this will apply and some won't. So if it's helpful, get out pen and paper and kind of get messy with it. That's my favorite way to create, actually, is pen and paper. Okay, so think of the workbook as more of a guide to give you a starting point. And then delegating and outsourcing. So again, look at all the ventures. What can you delegate? So it could be, there might be something you really want to do. Let's say you do want to do an Etsy shop and you're really creative. You like to make the cups and you like to design the cups and you like to design shirts and all the things. But all the tech part of it, the Shopify store, or I guess Etsy shop, all of that, you're just like, yeah, no, thank you. I don't want anything to do with designing the listings. I don't want any of that. That could be a task that needs to be delegated. But then you might have another venture where there's nothing to delegate. It has to be you, right? Maybe you're doing a podcast. You have to record the podcast, but you could delegate somebody producing the podcast, editing it and producing it. This is for you guys. So weekly time block. And this is for you so that way you can do an audit. Okay. I love having students do this. It's like my favorite thing ever. Okay, maybe not my favorite thing ever, but one of them. I absolutely love it because it's such an eye-opener, okay? So it's such an eye-opener. You're going to get into it and you are seriously going to be shocked. Again, I can't make any guarantees, but we've had people find hours of wasted time. Put me in the comments if you have one of those days where maybe your spouse gets home from school or your spouse gets home from school. Maybe he's in school, but your spouse gets home from work, kiddos get home from school, and they're like, Mom, how was your day? And you're like, I was busy. It was good. I was busy. What'd you do? And you're like, I don't actually know. I was in my office the whole day. What did I do? Right? So when you do this time block, you'll see here, there's slots on here for 30-minute increments. And man, I even have, we have our team do it, but we also do this in the high performance coach cert. We go down to 15-minute increments. So just start with this. Angie's scared to do it. Yeah, it's so awesome. It really is. It's freeing. It's exciting. And actually, the first time I did it, I was working all the time. I would get up at 4:30. I would do my mindset, all the things. I would get the babies, get them up, or get myself ready, get the babies. I would be at daycare at 7:30 a.m. First one there, fighting traffic for an hour to get to work, hour and a half. And I did this, and I was like, oh my gosh, like there is time in there, even with a really busy schedule. This is why busy people get more stuff done, right? So do the time blocking because then you can really see what is going on with that, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is actually, we'll go to that in a minute because I'm gonna, oh, Patty made it on, I see her. I don't see her video, but Patty, you are backstage. Yay, I see you. Okay, I'm gonna bring you on, okay? So we actually have another one of our amazing students that's done our programs and she's busy. I mean, we're just like, hey, can you come on for a few minutes? So I'm gonna pop her on now while I have her. Patty Knapp from Backstage. Welcome on, Patty. I'm excited to see you. Looks like there's a little, I can see your face at the bottom. Oh, now I see you. Hi, Patty. Are you on?
Hey, Kimberly, can you hear me okay?
Hey. Yeah, thanks for being on. Okay, I think there's a bit of a delay. So
Hey,
what I'm
Kimberly.
going to have you do, hey, I'm going to have you share a little bit about yourself, where you were when you came into one of our programs. I knew you had taken a break. I think it was like a 6-month break with your social media. Then you came into the program. Can you tell everybody a little bit about where you were at, what happened, and the results that you got? Oh, I think she's having some internet problems. That's okay. We'll give her one more second and then we're going to have to pop her off of here. Okay, that's all right. Don't worry about it, Patty. I can tell everybody about her results. So Patty is actually somebody who she came to me and she said, Kimberly, I just got kind of burned out. I think she works full time. She's been working on her social media. And do me a huge favor. We'll get her social media link for you guys. But Patty came in and she said, look, I just got so over it. I took a big break. She just stopped posting. I think it was like a 6-month break. Specifically, she was really working on Instagram. And what we did is she came into one of our programs and we really worked on it. And we worked on specifically for her, it was being really clear on her brand, who she is, who she serves, and how she helps those people. Developed a content strategy. You guys, I don't even know what number she's at now, but she has grown by tons. I mean, I think I want to say like 15,000, and the team can tell me in the comments what the actual numbers are, but her Instagram has exploded. Her views have exploded. She's getting so many leads. Her business has blown up and she's doing it super part-time around her busy life. So she was just going to share her results with that. The point is, if you have taken a break, if you haven't gotten results before, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you, okay? It just means that you might need a different strategy. It means that you might need a different approach. So I think for you, what am I sharing right now? That's weird. Stop sharing. Okay, we're going to stop sharing something. You might need a different approach. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys what's actually included with the Millionaire Mindset Experience. And this is open right now, okay? Let me just see what it's showing you guys. Okay, so these are some of the ladies that have come into our program. And I think this is Ivana here in the corner. My win is I have 2 new customers. Put me in the comments, by the way, if you would love to have these kind of results. My win, I have 2 new customers, one from church, one from the gym. I came across my I help statement, or they came across her I am help statement. Come jump out of the age portal with Ivana. I love that so much, Ivana. But they saw her I am statement and they were like, what is that? I want to know more. And she's getting new customers. Below that, Sherry says she did an energy session with a friend, and her friend said, why aren't you taking that to the market? And she realized she was playing small and she's ready to bring her big energy to the market. And it just changed her whole thinking. Down here, I had my first random business owner complete my questionnaire for my Facebook group. And then down here, Sabrina says, oh my gosh, Kimberly, Amy hired me. So she's got her, has a client for her graphic work. Up here, Sarah says, getting more engagement from Reels, being consistent. Who here needs to be more consistent? More followers, which also had a lady reach out who was not even following me. And she said, Sarah had put up a post, taking applications for holistic health team members, and she had a call with her yesterday. So learning how to get your offer out there, learning how to let people know what you do. Stop hiding. People need to know what you have. People need to know you're in business, but you've got to learn how to do it in a way that attracts people to you. Below that, she says, I have 2 friends who have been watching for some time, randomly reached out and ordered. Next one, Sarah says, I got approval for certifications in 5 of the 6 certs. Also have someone reaching out for one-to-one coaching. Renee says, side note, just confirmed my first coaching client. Someone is, Lisa was up freezing in New Hampshire. New customers, even though I haven't done much working. Up here, Sarah says, y'all know I had told you last week I was a guest speaker at an event. The next day I had a lady that attended contact me and I have a new client. Also gained a new friend, yay. Another couple sales coming in. Client ads are, Liz, client ads are crushing it. I got my new fridge. Another one, I was asked to be a guest speaker at American Association of Medical Assistants, and then getting more comfortable with being on social media. And I feel like my creative juices are flowing. Just put boss in the comments if you'd like to have those kind of results. And that's just a random sampling right there. So what's in the curriculum? You will have lifetime access to this. So how it works is each week we teach a module, and then the next week we integrate, and we just roll through all the modules. So they're all individual tools you're going to develop and put in your toolkit. So when you come in, we'll obviously have our welcome. You get a beautiful Trello board that we will actually have you keep track of your progress for, so you can get your completion at the end. You'll also get your workbook in the mail. So you can download it, but we're going to mail you a beautiful workbook, and you're going to get my personally created and curated guided visualization playlist. So I actually made 12 tracks for our students. They're short. They're all less than about 5 minutes. You'll listen in the morning and the evening, and I'm actually going to be talking to you with meditations, guided visualizations, and it's me talking. So it's like, whoa, your subconscious mind just sees me as an authority. So I'm going to help you reprogram your subconscious mind. This right here, if you actually did it, I can't even tell you what that could do for you. Module 1 is, it doesn't tell me the title of it. Yes, it does. It's right there. Manifestation mechanics. So we're actually going to get into manifestation. So the emotional guidance scale is something that you all need immediately. So I want to show you what it is. I want you to teach yourself how to see where you're at in the emotional guidance scale. I was just listening to this YouTube this morning by Wayne Dyer. If you don't know who Wayne is, he's since passed, but he's one of my favorite spiritual teachers. And he teaches a lot about ourselves and being able to be happy and all the things, and very faithful to God. And in the training, he said, did you know that most of you are your worst enemy, your worst critic? The battle isn't outside, it's you inside. He said, pay attention to your thoughts throughout the day and notice how many of them are you telling yourself you can't do things, right? I can't do that. I'm not her. I'm not good enough. I'm too disorganized. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what Kimberly's talking about. Those thoughts are not serving you. You've got to get a grip on that. And then also suggested reading throughout the program. Module 2 is your future self now. So I'm actually going to teach you how to step in physically, energetically, emotionally into your future self. We've got to know what it feels like. You have to tell your body, your operating system, your emotions inside of you, the energy inside of you, your subconscious mind. Where are we going here? What does the future self of you look like? What does she do? How does she talk? How does she carry herself? Module 3 is building out your miracle morning. So we know you win the day, you win the morning. So I have a whole system for that. Module 4 is developing discipline for mindset mastery. So we'll get into different things that you can do to be more disciplined, because I know for some of you it's a dirty word, and it's not. I'm going to overcome that. Module 5 is find the abundance. And this is what Amy was talking about yesterday. There's a competitive analysis. We're actually going to look at the marketplace and see what's out there, who's doing what you want to do, what does it look like, how much are they charging. We're going to see what's out there. Module 6 is identifying the gap. So with identifying the gap, we want to figure out where's the gap in the marketplace and how can you fill it. People will not do business with you unless you identify you're filling a gap for them. You have to figure out what the gap is and how to articulate that. Module 7 is finding your people. So this is all about audience, lead gen, attracting high quality avatars to you, ideal clients. Module 8 is the rhythm of reoccurring revenue. So I'm going to teach you how to build sustainable revenue. We don't want these pop-offs like someone bought a course and then in 3 weeks you had an affiliate sale. That's not consistent. We need recurring revenue so you can pay your mortgage and things like that. Module 9 is positioning with posture. So a lot of that confidence building and whatnot, how you're showing up online, your presence, all of that. Module 10 is a beautiful brand. So we're going to look at the cohesive aesthetics of your brand and the essence, the vibe of it. Module 11 is social content strategy. So how many of you would like to have an actual strategy when it comes to your social media content? That's what we teach you there. And then module 12 is time to launch. So with module 12, we're actually going to get into launching. And if you didn't know, launching is where you actually bring your offer to market. And some of you don't do this, but you absolutely want to learn how to launch. Even, even with things such as network marketing, affiliate marketing, you want to be launching. Okay. If you're not launching, open cart, closed cart, or special bonuses, special offer, an event, something significant, you're going to struggle. You're not going to have people having that urgency, and they'll keep blowing you off. Yeah. So you can go through it at your own pace. So everyone has an option. I do tell you at the beginning, you can choose your own adventure and go at your own pace, start at the beginning and work through it. Or you can be going along with the live schedule of what we're teaching, because we just keep teaching it and then we start over and do the 6 months. You kind of come in wherever. Yeah. I will say that those that can do the live participation typically do better. And I was a replay viewer when I first started out learning, because I couldn't jump on live and it was fine for me. So we encourage live participation, of course, but you can go at your own pace and you do have lifetime access. And we're still obviously checking on you and things like that too. So put boss in the comments. The team will be absolutely sharing the link below for that. And then for your homework, let's finish up with that and we'll go to our break. So for this section, what you're going to do is you're going to look at the multiple ventures and prioritize your tasks. So you're going to list your key tasks, categorize them, thinking about things you can do with technology and delegating. So it's basically this section right here. Okay, so that's your homework for this section. And to do your time blocking, fill out your weekly time blocking schedule. Okay, I want you to do that. And we will have you work on that. Obviously, you can work on it in the break if you want, or you can work on it when we come after our final session. So we're going to do a 10-minute break. And then what we'll do is we'll come back to finish for the rest of today. So make sure you guys hang close by so that way you don't miss anything. So we finish up the final section here today. I'm so excited. All right, I'll see you guys after the break. discussion here. We are going to be closing out this workshop with a bang because we're going to talk about strategies for growth. So welcome back to the break. Let me know just how you're feeling right now. Are you excited? Are you kind of like, wow, there's a lot to do, but I'm willing to roll up my sleeves. And this is me still. If my clothes look different, the dress I was wearing, every time you have to go to the bathroom, you have to untie the back and unzip the whole thing down because it's like what are those called? It's not cool. Culottes makes me sound like 100 years old. What are they called? It's not a onesie. What's it called when it's not a dress? Can you guys help me out? What is that called? So yeah, I was like, I cannot wear this thing anymore. This has to go. This is a very bad idea because I run to the bathroom every 5 seconds. So it's still me. I'm not an AI avatar. It's Kimberly. But welcome back from the break. I'd love to know how you guys are feeling about all the things. And we're going to get back into the curriculum. We're going to talk about strategies for growth. So let's rock and roll. Let's finish strong. Stay with me. Jumper, romper. Thank you. You guys are like, romper? I don't know. Skirts. Yeah. And culottes. What are those? Were those the ones that were the shorts? Like a skirt? I don't know. And then now Edison, it's butterfly skirts. And I'm like, that looks just like the other thing. Like, I don't get it. There's like all these weird names. I don't know. Okay. So we're going to talk about something more productive. So we're going to talk about strategies for growth. Now, in order for you to be successful and to successfully implement these multiple streams, you're going to need to generate leads. I want you to drop the word leads in capital letters if that is a huge priority for you right now in your business. You want to be able to generate leads. You want to generate those leads consistently on autopilot. Even the idea of making sales automatically from those leads lights you up. Drop leads in the comments if that is you, okay? Well, one of the fastest ways to create the know, like, and trust factor is through monetizing your brand. So you have to understand this is how it's done, okay? The know, like, and trust factor. We talked about this at the very beginning of yesterday. So first off, know, because I know you've heard of know, like, and trust, right? But what does that actually mean? So number one is the know factor. This is visibility. Okay, for potential leads to get to know you, they must be aware of your presence. This involves increasing your visibility. So you know my favorite preference is social media, but blogs, podcasting, speaking, all of that increases your visibility. So are you visible? Are you putting yourself out there? Are people seeing you? And also branding. So your brand should clearly communicate who you are, what you do, and what you stand for. A strong, consistent brand helps people recognize you easily. So if you're just randomly putting content out there, there's no rhyme or reason. It doesn't really go together. It doesn't make sense. It definitely doesn't stem from a clear brand. Your audience is going to be confused. They're not actually going to know what you do, and they're not going to do business with you because a confused mind does nothing. And some people will teach against what I teach with multiple streams. They'll tell you just to have one thing that you do. And I don't subscribe to that just because Average Millionaire has 7 streams. So there's the plan. And also I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket. But they'll say, oh, well, if you have multiple streams, it's confusing your audience. My audience isn't confused. You can tell exactly what I'm talking about. And it all goes to my favorite sport, which is watching women make money. Okay. Everything I do teaches women how to monetize their brands on social media. All of it. Look at anything you see out there. So how can I have all these things going on and my audience isn't confused? So I don't buy that. I think people just say it just to kind of support their case, which I get. Okay. But just for your own self, are you saying, oh, I can't, I'm going to confuse my audience if I add more things in? No, that's not true. But we've got to get a clear strategy in place. We've got to figure out what is the brand? What's the overall brand? You still want to have the umbrella. Is what I like to call it. The umbrella is all of it falls underneath the umbrella. But like I just said, if no matter what I do, I'm teaching women how to monetize their brands on social media. So what's under there? What can I offer? All kinds of different things. Okay. But it all goes under that same umbrella. Number 2 is like. Engagement. This is your indicator for like. Okay. So it is a vanity metric to an extent. And those of us that make money from social media, we do look at these numbers because they equal sales eventually, right? So it's not a vanity metric unless that's all that you get from it. You don't want a reel to go viral and no sales come from it. That's a vanity metric. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so cool. I got this reel to go viral. Who cares? Are you making money from it? Okay. So engagement is going to be where you're engaging with your audience. And this is going to come from you learning how to create valuable content, not just so. Okay. So there's all kinds of examples there of different things you can do to increase engagement. Connection. This is a big one. Put a star by this one. And I see this missing a lot. You're not sharing your story. You're not sharing who you are. You're not bringing your expertise into your content. The personal piece isn't there. People are not relating to you because it is that chat GPT regurgitated feel where it's just facts, or tips. People buy from people and they buy off of emotion. They have to have an emotional connection to you to feel like they know you and they understand you and that you get them. So me, when I share my story and I get emotional about it, I don't hold that back because I know that when I emotionally connect with you, I know that I am really tapping into being very myself and authentic and vulnerable. Vulnerable is the new sexy. But I know by me going there that you can sense it, you can feel it. And you're like, wow, she went through that and look at what she's done. Or, oh gosh, I can relate with that. Like, man, she's my kind of person. Think of your relationship you have with me. You have a connection to me. You feel like, man, like push came to shove, you could reach out to me and I would be there for you. Like, that. That's the connection because I do share my life. I do share my stories. No, it's not sob stories. It's not victim. It's not woe is me. It's story to success, story to nugget of wisdom, story to here's the plan, right? Here's the direction. Here's what I'm doing about that. So the connection is going to come through your story and you sharing. I want you guys to put me in the comments if you know that you're holding back. Storytelling sells. Exactly. What is it, Jerica? It's facts tell, stories sell, I think is the saying for that. Do you feel like you are not being vulnerable, you guys? You're not being authentic. You're afraid of what people think. My husband, he actually is not on Facebook anymore, which I think is hilarious because I teach social media for a living. That's fine. So he's not on Facebook, he's not on Instagram, never knows what's going on. But when he would be like, did you really have to post that? Like early on, he would come home from work or whatever. He's like, did you really have to post that? Because I'm like airing our dirty laundry, right? Like with like money. And he knows his parents, his family, everybody can see it. And I'm like, yeah, I did. And he's like, okay. I was like, dude, I'm like, I have to share my story with people and my experience. And you're part of that. So you're married to me. Now you have to just go with it. And eventually he just gave up. Okay. And now he's like, way to go. Right. Like he's my biggest fan. Okay. But I had to be okay with who I am first and not worry about what he thought, what other people thought. Okay. I say stuff that's controversial about network marketing companies and different things. I say stuff that's controversial all the time. And you know what? I connect with my people by doing that. And the ones that aren't my people, that's okay. They don't need to be my people. I'm not here for everybody. And I do it even knowing I'm going to tick some people off. I'm going to I'm not doing it to go around and like making people feel bad. I'm connecting, sharing my experience, my perspective. People really respect that, you guys. So when you can get to a point of being yourself truly, you will know it. You'll even be kind of nervous, to post things. You're like, ah. That's how you kind of know, like you're really going there. Okay. So are you playing it safe or are you going all in? Okay. 3 is trust, credibility. Build credibility by showcasing your expertise. You have to remember this, you guys. You do not need to be on chapter 20. Your audience is on chapter 1. That means you need to be on chapter 2. That's where you start. Don't be fake. Don't try to be like, oh, I'm a millionaire. There's one of our clients, she was putting on her profiles that she was a millionaire. And I messaged her, I said, get that ish off your profile right now. Like she's a private client. So, the conversation is a little different. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I was like, you cannot do that. You are not a millionaire. That is not authentic. Change it today. And we came up with something that felt powerful, but was still honest. Okay. People can sense that. You, of all people, can sense that. But you want to remember that your audience right now is right behind you. Okay. So let's say that you are teaching people how to have, how to be able to like have a really great presence when it came to speaking, and you want to help people become great speakers, but you're not speaking on stages yet. What you're going to start with is, okay, if you're not on there yet, how could you start with that? Could you teach people how to be really good on video? Yeah, you could do that. You could do that today. Your audience is over here, they're not on video, but you're on video. So you're going to create a course, how to be a video superstar, how to make money from videos. The people behind you are like, thank you, because I'm not ready for stages, but I'd love to learn video. Do you guys see that? I have chills. Like, you all can do this. All you have to do is just be one step ahead of the guy behind you or the girl behind you. Think of it this way. If they're right behind you, you're like, hey, come here, let me show you this. That is so relatable. That's how I started. I had no idea what I was doing. I would literally go live and go, hey guys, so I gotta find the video. You guys are gonna laugh. So one of my very first videos when I was like getting into business coaching was on personal branding. It was like 3 tips for personal branding. And it's from 2017. It's so 2017. You guys got to look at it. But I just said, hey, I'm learning about branding and a personal brand, how it's different than your company, because I was working with a lot of network marketers at the time. And I give them 3 tips on personal branding. But you know what? The girl right behind me was like, thank you. Because I've been posting about my company all the time. And now I get it. I need to post stuff about myself too. And that's how I started. I wasn't like, oh, I just got back from my glamorous photo shoot in Paris, right? That's not relatable. That's not who I am. That's not where I was. And that's not where my audience was going to connect. Okay. So this should give you comfort. This should make you feel like, oh, I just need to be a step ahead of them. That's it. Okay. You don't need some special credibility or certifications or schooling or any of that. Okay. How you build the credibility is through your own experience, sharing that, your own results. You need to be drinking your Kool-Aid, drinking your own medicine, testimonials. Okay. Ask your friends, hey, can you just text me? Like, when it comes to me helping you with your mindset, how have I encouraged you? How have I helped you? I need a little something for social media. Your friends will send that to you. Okay. If you're in network marketing or affiliate, go get testimonials from the company that you have permission to use. Use those. Okay. Case studies. Any words you do have outside of what you do, you can still share those. So if you received an award at work or special accomplishments, you wrote a book on homeschooling and your avatar is Facebook, you're doing Facebook ads management, you are a published author. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go with your niche. Okay. We want to build up the credibility. Reliability. Be consistent in delivering high quality content and products. When your audience knows they can rely on you, trust is built. You don't realize it or not, but when you do the stop, go, you are destroying your credibility. That's why I put so much emphasis on content creation and consistency and having the strategy is you destroy the trust. Subconsciously, you become very unreliable to your audience. And this is the thing you have to think about. There's people like me who are there every day. So are they, and it's not so you sit there and go, oh, well, if Kimberly's there every day, I can't do this. It's to put a little fire under your booty to say, get out there and be somewhere every day. You don't need to be on every platform, but you need to show up. If you're serious about this and you want people to show up and end up the money showing up in your bank account, you need to show up every single day. Because what happens is if you're day in and day out and they see you subconsciously, they're starting to see you as somebody steady in their life, somebody who's reliable, somebody that they can count on. You know, think of some of the people you follow and suddenly if they disappeared, right? Or maybe they have disappeared. That's a bummer, right? There's people I followed on YouTube for years and then they're like, you know, I'm just kind of feeling a little burnt out. And then suddenly they just don't do videos anymore. It's kind of like, and I get it and respect that, right? But as a consumer, you're like, oh man, you know, so be reliable, be consistent, okay? It will build up your self-confidence when you are reliable and consistent, especially with your content. All right, let's talk about monetizing your brand. Oh, thanks, Jessica. I know I was looking, I gotta find some OG stuff and pull that out. Okay, monetizing your brand. First off, you're gonna create valuable content educational content. And like I said, we want high value. So not just, here's 3 tips on crushing the day or being more productive. We want blog posts, ebooks, webinars. We want a free resource, say trending audios, right? If you're in the social media game, trending audios, or maybe you put together a checklist, a Canva template, a Trello board, like what's high value? Every single day doesn't have to be high value, but you really want to emphasize high value. You don't want to do a reel where it's like, man, when I started doing this, my life changed. And then you look at the caption and you're like, get more organized. It's like, really? Like, why did I even waste 2 seconds to look at that? There needs to be actual tips in there, good strategy on getting organized. Number 2, also with creating valuable content, entertainment content. Okay, so this is kind of entertainment can be in different ways, obviously. So we just basically want to think about entertainment doesn't have to necessarily be kind of silly or dancing videos, but engaging content. Okay, so think of entertainment as like engaging, where people want to watch the reel, they want to see what's happening next. You're on the live like this. This is entertaining, maybe a little bit, but it's getting you to want to stay on. It's getting you to watch the training here. Okay. Number 2, leverage social media platforms, obviously using different platforms. So what we teach in the Millionaire Mindset Experience this is actually one of my, I just love everything social media, but one of my favorite modules is on social media. I actually do a tour and I take you to all the platforms. I've been on all of them. So I go through them, tell you pros and cons, my experience, but we energetically get you aligned with your primary platform and a secondary. And many times where you are right now is actually, you're not actually aligned with it. So you might be on a platform right now that doesn't even bring you joy. That's not even where you're supposed to be. That's not where your people are, right? And consistency. So I think I've talked enough about consistency. And you're also going to want to build an email list. Who here has an email list? Say me in the comments. Okay, one that's active. You're actually emailing at least weekly. I should have changed that water out during my break. So who here has an actual email list that is actually alive, right? It's active. It's just alive. Is it active? Okay. So Danielle, Jerica, yay, 500. Woo, Heidi. So I heard this a long time ago from a pro marketer guy. He's been around the block forever. Look at Marsha. Shout out to Marsha. Whoop, whoop. And that person said that every email was worth $100. And I remember thinking, I don't know about that. That seems ridiculous. Guess what? The size of our email list, we actually are averaging over that, closer to 150. And we're obviously not done, right? Our average client lifetime value of our clients keeps going up because obviously our clients stay with us longer. If you guys haven't been in any of our programs, you'll come in and you'll end up staying for a long time. And we take a lot of pride in that. So the average lifetime value of a client for us goes up and up and up. So that means that every email, the value goes up and up and up. So think about those numbers. So with, who said 500? Jerica 500. So we'll add 2 zeros to that. Is that 50,000? So her email list is worth $50,000. It's not, 500. Right. And she was cheering. She was celebrating that because she gets it. $50,000 of potential business in that email list. And you turn that frown upside down, Angie, you lift your head up and you say, I'm going to figure out the email marketing. Remember, your mind is powerful. And we teach this in the program, but you get what you focus on. My favorite quote in the whole wide world, most of you know this, is you get what you focus on most of the time. That's The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. So what are you focusing on? So what's really cool about an email list is that it's yours. You own it. You don't own Facebook or Instagram or any of those. So if something happens with those platforms or your account, your email list is yours. Okay. That's your book of business. The healthiest sign when I'm working with business owners is their email list. I have worked with people who don't have an email list. They do have a big social media following. They're doing really well. And I can't safely say that building's safeguarded and bulletproofed. When they have the email list, then I feel really confident, blessing that and saying, yes, it's bulletproof. Okay. So with building an email list, we're going to do that with our lead magnets is the easiest, fastest way. Okay. You want to up your game with this. This can't be something that you've been working on a lead magnet for 47 years. Okay, just get it done. I actually I flipped a product yesterday for and you guys, I don't know if it's in the vault yet, but we're putting it in there. So we have a membership program and there's private label right products in there. So it's for that. I flipped the product yesterday, last night, and did all the graphics for it. And I also wrote the sales copy for it, created the course for it last night. It took me about an hour. I think I spent another 30 minutes the other day kind of going through the book. That's an hour and a half it took me to do that. Okay. So why am I saying that? Yeah, I've done this. I've been around the block. I got it. But do you guys know that we had the workshop yesterday? I had a new client. We're working on a mega funnel build for her. I recorded a bunch of content yesterday, went into mom mode. We watch Family Matters as a family each night. I don't know what y'all do, but I freaking love it. And then what is the show that Scott and I are watching? It's so good. It's with Carrie Russell. What is that movie called? It's a Netflix series. It's so good. I'm totally sucked in. And then he always goes to bed before me. And then I stayed up and I worked on that. So I want you guys to know that around here as gold diggers, we don't make excuses. We make time for what's important. And I knew that flipping that product and getting that asset in there would be really helpful for you guys. So what about you? Are you making this harder than it is? Like, we don't have to create stuff from scratch anymore. A lot of people make it and we can just rebrand it, right? No, Carrie, isn't it Carrie Russell? The Diplomat. Thank you. Guys, it's so good. Like, I'm totally hooked. All right. I feel like I'd kind of be like her maybe a little bit in another life. Okay. So lead magnets, super important, good value. Okay. And then nurture campaigns. So this is another thing. We can automate all that where we put a lead magnet out there. Hey, you want my thing? People put their name and email in. It automatically gets sent to their inbox. And then you can have a few emails automatically get sent out to them, inviting them to book a call with you, inviting them to buy your course, getting in your Facebook group, buying a low ticket product. You can automate all that. But then what you want to do is a nurture campaign. So that means each week you're emailing out your list. It can be, hey, I just went live this week, or this is what's coming up, or hey, here's a quote I love. Here are 5 tips on XYZ. Here's a blog post I wrote or YouTube video, like whatever you've got, right? And with the power of things like ChatGPT and all the other AI tools out there, there's no reason that you can't make that happen. Okay. Again, it's just priorities. And I know I'm kind of being tough on you guys, but if you're spending this much time with me right now, like it's like if you have spinach in your tea, somebody should just say it. I'm just going to say it. So I am being hard on you guys. So don't beat yourself up. And this is what is necessary for you to build a 6-7 figure business. This is what it takes. This is what the people who are having success financially, this is what they're doing. Okay. Not alone. They have a team and they're delegating, outsourcing, but they are putting all these pieces together. Number 4 is collaborate and network. Okay. So this is actually how I started. I didn't have an audience. So I interviewed people on my wall, just people who interviewed a life coach. I interviewed this girl. She moved from, I think it was like Brazil or something, to America, started real estate. By 25, she already was like doing real estate here in Austin. I interviewed her, all kinds of people, just people that I thought my audience would benefit from the audience I was starting to build. So that's what I did. I just did live streams. You can do all kinds of things, partnerships, networking. Number 5, offer free trials and samples. So let people experience what you have to offer. So with network marketing, it's kind of easy because it's a physical product. Usually you can mail off a sample. But what about a membership program? Could you give people a trial into your membership program? If you had a group coaching program, could you let them come and be a guest on one of your coaching calls? Or could you let them see one module of a course, and then they have to pay to unlock the rest of them? So what are some things you can do to allow an experience around people trying what you have, right? And then feedback. Getting that feedback so you can actually see what's working and what isn't and where you need to adjust your sales. And then 6 is utilizing paid advertising. Most of you aren't there. Most of you are just like, I don't even know what I'm doing yet. But when you do know what you're doing, and this is when you know you need ads, okay? When you organically have monetized, you've been able to make sales consistently with your offer organically. So with a reel on Instagram, you going live on Facebook in your group, you're having some sales from that. then I would recommend going to ads. Okay. If it's not working organically, it's not going to work with ads. And ads can actually, if done right, they can actually, you can get them to pay for themselves. Okay. The way that you do your ads in your funnel and all that. It's kind of advanced for this, but just so you guys have it. I just want to mention it, make sure you know about it. Okay. So let me flip the page here. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to assess your current brand. All right. So let's do an assessment. Brand visibility. List the platforms where your brand currently has a presence. All right, so go ahead and write that down in your notes. List it. Actually, you can just listen in the chat for me. Let me see. You can make a freebie, Vanessa. Yeah, whenever there isn't something, you're going to create it. We're going to figure it out. We're going to build a bridge. Yeah. Okay, so list your platforms for me. What platforms are you on right now? And I mean pretty active, okay? Not just you put something up 3 years ago, okay? What platforms are you on? Put those in the chat for me so I can see. I'm guessing most of you are going to say Facebook/Instagram is probably what we're going to have here. And I love seeing some variations of that. Okay, so Gal's putting stories. It's not its own platform, but that's her focal point. Facebook, Instagram on those platforms and in those stories. Okay, I like that. Awesome. I like seeing the variety here. This is great. Okay, good. Actually, I was thinking about, can I write that down? Doing a course on threads. Let me just write it down. I have to write it down or it's gone. Does anyone else have that? I have to write everything down. Okay, so you've got those. We know what platforms we're on. Now I want you to rate your consistency on each platform. 1 to 5. 5 is the most consistent. So you're going to give yourself 5 stars. Consistent means you show up every day. Now, maybe your strategy, like for example, can't remember who was on YouTube. I know Marsha is, I think Jerica maybe. If you're on YouTube, we're on YouTube twice a week. For us, the consistency for that is a 5 because we are on YouTube twice a week as scheduled, as planned, as scheduled. We execute that week in and week out. That's a 5. Our podcast is a once a week. So we are a 5 for that. Instagram is every day. Facebook's every day. We are 5s for those. Okay. But 1 would be you're not showing up. You're not being consistent. You're not on there. You're like, Kimberly, I barely found this training today because I'm just like not on here. Okay. Yes. Delegation counts 100%. All right, cool. Got some 5s and 4s. Awesome. All right. And with your brand message, what are the core values and messages your brand communicates? What are the core values and messages your brand communicates? So value or message. So one of the values that your brand might communicate is that, for me, our value is that we believe that women, female entrepreneurs, can monetize their brands on social media. So one of our values here is to teach women the tools to be able to do that. It's a value for us. A core message we have out there is that not only can you do this, but we're going to show you how. And I'm sure you guys would agree, you sense that from the way I teach our content. So what are some values and messages of your own? You might not have thought about this. Okay, this might not be something that you've thought about. Does your current content align with these values and messages? So you might say, well, one of my values is that I want women to believe in themselves. I want them to believe that they can do it, that they are worthy, that they can go after their goals and their dreams, that they deserve to, and they should. And if I looked at your content, do I see that in your content? Okay. Do I see that in your content? That's what you want to do. It's a self-audit to see, does your current content align with these values? And then the final thing we want to look at is social media engagement. Identify 2 ways you can increase engagement on your social media platforms. This is a really fun exercise because if some of you have been like, okay, what's something I can do that's impactful, that's going to make a difference here and really move the needle, Kimberly? Like, I hear what you're saying. I know I've got to do a million things today, but what's something tangible I can do to start really making a big impact and a difference in my business? This is it. 2 ways you can increase engagement on your social media platforms. So is it responding to comments? Maybe you haven't been good about getting back to people. You're not really like checking your notifications. You ignore Messenger. Okay. Or hosting live sessions. So maybe you need to do Facebook Lives or drop that YouTube episode or produce the podcast or do an Instagram live stream with somebody else and do interview style. What are some things that you can do to increase engagement? Maybe for you, it's friend requesting or following new people every day and then spending time each day in engaging with your followers. So if you hit the follow, those that are following you on Instagram, for example, you can go and engage in their content. So for you, it might be, I need to actively be engaging with other people's content. Because when you do that, the Facebook, Instagram, whichever platform will show your content to them. So it's a really great way to get in front of your people. And then how often will you implement these methods? So if you're going to do a YouTube episode, is it once a week? Are you going to produce a podcast once a week? Maybe for you, it's you want to be consistent in your stories and you want to really focus on offering value in your stories, connecting with your audience, but selling strategically in your stories every day. So that would be stories, selling in your stories every day in some way, and you're going to do it once a day. Okay. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Appreciate you. And then email list. I wasn't going to let you get off the hook with this one. Email list. What lead magnets can you create to attract subscribers? So what are some ideas you have for lead magnets, ebooks, checklists, templates? If you guys are in our back office, and I was going to make sure to mention the VIP session too. If you're in our back office, you have access to everything in the back, we're right in the middle of platform migration right now, but most of you have Teachable as well. You can see if you type PLR, just type PLR for private label rights. The private label rights products we have, you guys can purchase those and resell those, okay? Or use them as a lead magnet. So if you need some, we have a bunch in our back office. So what lead magnets can you create to attract subscribers? An ebook, a checklist, a template, Trello board. There's so many different things that you can do, right? So what could you do? A mini course? Could you take a past interview series and package that up, right? You can repackage anything, okay? Quizzes do really well. Yeah. I love quizzes. Those are great. Yeah, guides. Yeah, Alexis, guides. So what could you do for a lead magnet? Be thinking about that. And then describe your email nurture sequence. So welcome email, follow-up content, promotional offers. What are you going to do for your email nurture sequence? So when the person gets the guide, what happens next? Okay, yay, here's your guide. Hey, while I have you, want to quickly introduce myself and give you a free gift for being on my list or whatever, right? Here's a free gift, or they just got the guide from you. Hey, while you're going through the guide, I also wanted to let you know I have a full course that can support you with the guide. If you want to take it to the next level, here's a course. What is that process? You need to map that out. And if that stuff you're just like, whoo, then you need to outsource it and delegate it. Okay. You need to find somebody. We have lots of people in our community who can do this stuff. You need to find somebody who can do it for you. Okay. If you're not doing it or you're not figuring it out, you need to find somebody who can do it for you. Yes, Amy, I love that. Thanks, Jessica. Oh, you know what? Let's make sure. I feel like I did pretty good flipping through the different pages today. Megan had to help me out earlier. All right, so for your homework, before we get into your homework, I want to also mention, you guys, we have the VIP session tomorrow. So the team is going to drop the VIP link. This is going to be a 2-hour tomorrow. It's the Manifestation Box VIP session where we're going to put together your box. And you don't need the box. So if you didn't get the box in the mail, you didn't sign up, you can still sign up right now. We'll still mail it to you. But basically, you need to understand the concepts. You could literally take any box in your home or some kind of, if you guys can see the decor behind me, I don't know if you can see that, I actually have a bunch of images in that box right there. Okay. So it can be anything where it's something that you can secure, right? Like it's your thing, it's your special manifestation box. Okay. So you don't have to wait for the supplies or anything like that. It's more, I'm going to teach you the process of manifestation, how to think bigger, how to take things personally, professionally, different areas of your life. What do you want? Getting clear on what you actually want, because we spend most of our time focusing on what's not working. what's lacking, what's missing. We're just stuck in overwhelm and fear and anxiety. That's not going to change your situation. You've got to give your subconscious mind a roadmap. So we're going to get in the process of manifestation and actual work time. It's a working session. So you can actually decide what that is and articulate that. Okay. So I'm telling you guys, like this should be absolutely something you do a couple of times a year. So definitely do it tomorrow with us. And this is something you can go back to. You'll have lifetime access. So if you can't attend live tomorrow, you can just go through it on your own. It's going to be 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central. The Zoom link for it will be sent to you and it's in the back office. So when you pay for the VIP session, we will email you your login credentials. You'll see it in there as well. Okay. So that'll be 11 to 1. I want all of you there if possible. So for your homework, what you're going to do, there's a homework posting guide number 7 where we've been dropping all of this. So for this one, part 1 is assessing your current brand. So look at your brand visibility and your messaging. And then part 2 is building and engaging your audience. So your social media engagement and your email list growth. So you want to kind of think about it this way. Okay. I think I forgot about the bonus. Yay. Oh, okay. There's a bonus here too. Here's a bunch of lead magnet ideas for you as well. Okay. Just so I didn't forget to mention that. So this is what I want you to ask yourself right now. Okay. It's the best advice I can give you. If right now you're like, I've got it, I see what she's talking about, I have the plan, I'm already in motion with this, this is just solidifying I'm on the right track, I do have results in my business, I'm feeling really confident, like sky's the limit, get out of my way, I got this, then you're probably complete right now. If you're somebody who's like, I love everything you're saying, and I know myself, and I'm not even gonna know what the next step is. I'm gonna leave this workshop just being confused because I don't know step 1, step 2, step 3. I need someone to break it down. I need someone to walk me through it. I need someone to guide me, but most importantly, I need someone that can teach me how to increase my level of energy and be able to get on the higher vibe of the emotional guidance scale. I need to learn how to have a new set point. Right now, if your set point's down here, which is for a lot of you, the things you want are up here, so you're not attracting them. And you're just going to continue to just stay the same day to day. It's going to be the same thing over and over again. But if you're down here and what you want is here, and I can work with you to move you up, myself and the team, get your set point here. Okay, now things are coming in. Now we're getting closer. Now we're starting to feel the momentum. And we keep working on that. Things just start flying in. It's like, you're just like, whoa, man, this is wild. This is what I always wanted. Well, unless you learn how to tackle your mindset and be able to calibrate to a new level of success, you'll continue to attract the same things in your life. It's the law of attraction. Okay. So if you've not had that coaching or it didn't work before, I'm going to encourage you to come into the Millionaire Mindset Experience while we have it open. There's only so many people that are here with us. I know we have lots of replay viewers too, but there's only so many of you that are here with us. That is not accidental. Okay. Let me make sure my internet's working. Okay. That's not accidental. That is absolutely divine. I believe that you are here for a reason. And I believe in this moment, this is a great opportunity for you to consider stepping into the Millionaire Mindset Experience. So it's going to be open till Tuesday at midnight. We'll have those extra bonuses for you. As soon as you sign up, you can access the curriculum immediately. Our next coaching call is Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central, but those are all recorded. You don't have to hop on them. You can just work at your own pace like we talked about. That's totally fine as well. But I'd love to encourage you guys to come into the Millionaire Mindset Experience and spend the 6 months with me to master your mindset, master marketing, and master making money online. Okay, remember, nothing changes until you do. And often we need somebody outside of ourselves to be able to help us see the gaps, help us see where we're falling short, and get us back on track when we do fall off course. So I just want to tell my team, thank you so much, you guys, for supporting me behind the scenes. I couldn't do this without you. And for all of you for showing up in the comments, the engagement, the excitement, enthusiasm, and the willing to do the work. It's why we do what we do. It's because of you. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I hope to see all of you inside the Millionaire Mindset Experience. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon. My company is called The Gold Digger Girl, and we serve female entrepreneurs, teaching them how to use social media, so simple systems, online strategies, and sales and marketing. So really anyone who wants to be able to take their brick and mortar online or maybe scale their business, monetize their personal brand, we teach them exactly how to do it through social media. The ultimate mission is to allow women to own their voice, own their worth, and know that they can make a difference.
I first started following Kimberly, I want to say close to 2018. I liked the way that she was talking about how she was connecting with her customers. It just felt different than other things that I had seen. The community that you get with like a gold digger is absolutely wonderful. I really feel like I could reach out to anybody that was in the community.
It definitely made an impact in my own personal development and growth. And then getting the opportunity to work with a strategy session with her was a pivotal moment for me. And that's actually how I developed my agency.
I have reached a crossroads in my life, and then I met Kimberly, and it was like she said, I just got lit. It was just like my life was renewed, and I found a new meaning and a new start.
What kind of gets me out of bed in the morning and keeps me up late at night is this drive that I have to ignite the fire in others, to inspire change, lasting change for themselves, their families, their communities, and eventually I really think we can change the world.